Oh, yep, my bees died, and like many people out there, their bees have died too. But that's not all. I do have some live bees, and you'll see a video link that I will have at the end of this that will talk about me feeding those live bees. But it is sad, and my hats are off to those ladies that served us well, served me well, provided me honey. But we got to keep going forward, and I'm going to help as many people as I can because that's my duty as an educator. Um, one of the outstanding educators of the Vermont Beekeeper Association, as well as I'm continuing to study. And that's what happens, folks. We got to continue to study how to take care of our bees. As everybody already knows, there's a lot of bees that have died. There are some bees that have survived. And, like I said, even though you're a new beekeeper or even an experienced beekeeper, we lose bees. But we also need to just keep educating ourselves how to take care of these bees. In the video I have linked here at the end, I'll just show you those live bees and the results. And also, a lot of people have shown you live bees in their own colonies and how those few bee colonies are doing very well. So, that's how it goes. Colony collapse disorder or just bees dying. There's really no rhyme or reason. We could come up with 20 or 30 or 40 or even, it's just endless amounts of reasons. We all have our own reasons why we lost our bees. I mean, I can guess on, why some bees failed and why others didn't. But I'm just going to say, starting over, I'm a new beekeeper. And so I'm going to try to go, hey, start out like it was back many moons ago, over 10 years ago, starting out as a new beekeeper. So I'm going to be using the genetics I have, which are surviving carniolan Russian mutt bees and a couple carniolan, pure carniolan bees that I chose as let's say a new beekeeper. So in doing that, I chose 8-frame box of bees. And so let's get an idea of where I started searching for these honeybees. So, yeah, I know I'm kind of out of view, but I wanted to grab a quick catalog because, again, I'm starting out as a new beekeeper. So let's start out with, let's say, using Dadont or Man Lake or any of the local suppliers you have. So you're going to be flipping through. You're going to be seeing like bee suits. What bee suits should I get? You got pictures like that, where it's a round or a flat face veil. I chose a veil with the flat face. There are new things out there that have, a clear view and so forth and so on. So, they also are colored ones. You can look through the catalog and you'll see colored bee veils and so forth and so on. So if you like yellow, blue, whatever your choice preference is, I just prefer white. Also, you'll see as you continue through these catalogs, what kind of hardware should I get? I like 8-frame. I use screen bottom boards just to create that continuation in the bottom of my beehive because I am in Vermont. And in Vermont, I really need that airflow where some people use a solid bottom. Again, it's your personal preference and where you live and your mentor and what they share with you, but I prefer using a screen bottom board. So if I was a new beekeeper, I would go out there and get, like I suggested, a screen bottom board with an 8-frame, not a 10-frame, in a complete hive unit kit. And some of the prices, folks, are, you can get for a brand new complete beekeep kit. That's 2 deeps, 1 super with all the frames, outer cover, and you can see here where it talks about beehive components. So if you just go to that page in your handy dandy catalog, depending on who you're using, Dadant, Manlink, or any of the other beekeepers, you can find that right there. So that's a really helpful way for you to really know all the different parts of the beehive. and you'll get a sense also of other the beekeeping equipment that they also list down below, such as your hive tools. Um, Also, like I said, you'll see there underneath my left hand, um, a veil, that kind of veil that person's wearing, and so forth and so on. So, like I said, you just flip through the catalogs, and we got our bee kit, we got our bee veil, and you can flip through it, and you see your inner hive cover, your outer hive cover, telescoping racks, etc. There, like folks, again, there are a lot of different kinds of beehives out there. Some of you have already made your decision on what you want to work with, whether it's horizontal or what I do is traditional, laying straw hive. So I'm just sharing with you, what I use. I mean, I have over 10 years of beekeeping experience. I started as a backyard beekeeper with 2 hives. Now I work with more than 20 hives. So I'm considered a sideliner. Hopefully, with funding coming in with grants, maybe I'll move up to being a commercial. But the most important thing, folks, is just being a successful beekeeper and enjoying beekeeping. And so yeah, let's continue. So like again, you want to try to really shop around and keep those costs of beekeeping down. Again, equipment can become expensive. We also are going to go into hive feeders. You got a variety of things for hive feeding, and hive feeding is something you really want to learn about. I do feed my bees. I feed them supplements, but they're natural, and I try to add microbiotics, probiotics, and things that they're missing. Again, that's just my opinion. But do your research. There's a lot of information out there. Some of that information is right here in this catalog. And again, a hive feeder, you're going to need to get that for supplemental feeding. You have inside, outer. I preferably I use to keep costs down. I just recycled food grade safe tubs. 64 ounces, clear or well, actually the white yogurt containers work very fine, and just use nail-sized pinholes. So that's a really good way to start out a very small colony or a nuke up to your 8 or 10 frame, depending on what you're choosing. But when you get your package bees, you're going to really need to feed them that can size. Let them finish that off, but try to get the equivalent to continue feeding them to get them to grow, because it's going to be at least about 10 days before that queen really starts to establish themselves to start laying, if not more, depending on the resources that help them, get going. So yeah, you have that, and again, there's other pages that talk about feed additives, folks, and I mentioned some things about the feed additives as you see listed there. So I'll be offering in future videos. What I'm going to do is share down below in the link a way for you folks that can participate, or I'm sharing with you my experience, so that basically detail for you an experience that will work for you and cater to you. So again, after you gain some insight but from watching this video, go out and get a catalog, do your own research, check your local beekeeping club. But again, yes, I did lose bees. My bees did die, but it's not discouraging me. I'm just having to start all over, folks. So I'm just pretending I'm just a new beekeeper, and this is what I would do if I was to go out again. But yes, I did say yes, I'm an experienced beekeeper working on 2 different graduate programs, so that I can get into a doctorate program. But one of my goal is actually is to just be here to just help you try to figure out what happened with your bees, or actually to get over the fear, so that you can become a beekeeper. Because the more beekeepers there are, and the more successful beekeepers there are, the better chances we have to keep that variety pack of food on our plates. So yes, I moved on to all the different components of the bee boxes. So now that you have your bee boxes, the equipment that you moved on, you've gotten your catalog. Yeah, you may have decided on a package of bees, And when you want to look for a package of bees, again, check with your local bee supplier and ask questions. I ask as many as I can. In Vermont, because the season is pretty short, as a beekeeper, as a new beekeeper, I would try to find a spring nuke and or a overwintered nuke. The reason is, folks, is that that beekeeper you're purchasing that nuke from has already worked through the trials of that queen performing. So if you're a new beekeeper, you don't want to try to, figure out all of the different mistakes or non-mistakes that you might make, or what maybe in that class the teacher or mentor didn't go over. So for a few extra dollars, yeah, maybe 50 or 60, you're at least guaranteed a queen that is laying, that is active, that will come to you with brood versus just in a package of bees that are filled with foragers. So when you get a package, it's just a queen. The queen is a laying queen. Yes, she's fertilized, yes, but she's going to need to take time to build up to begin laying in that hive. And if you don't have comb, which many new beekeepers do not, they start out with plastic frames or wax foundation. Either way, if it's beeswax foundation or plastic wax foundation, it still would take the bees time to build comb. And after that, that process at least a month. So in Vermont, we want to try to eliminate that time period and shorten it so that we can at least get a good start on the honeybee season. So I preferably would work with a honeybee nuke, spring nuke for a new beekeeper. And again, I know some people may stray away from it, but if you're working with a good person, they will guide you through the experience of starting out with a brand new nuke of bees, and then you could throw that right into your 8 frame and then add 3 bare foundations and or a 10 frame and then add 5. So yeah, I would go that route, folks, because if I was a new beekeeper. And again, folks, there's a lot of stuff to look at, and also there are a lot of great books. So again, a lot of these catalogs have in the back ideas for where you can figure out what book works for you. There's some really good books out there about natural beekeeping, and also about beekeeping in your backyard. A really good one titled The Backyard Beekeeper by Kim Flotem. I found as a very good book. That person also has some YouTube videos, but Kim Flotem is a really has laid out in his book Backyard Beekeeper. I do have that book. It's on my shelf. I have 50 plus books on my shelf over there. But again, you can find that book in this catalog here. And yeah, it's right there. So, yeah, Backyard Beekeeper is a really good one for new beekeepers. There are other good beekeeping books out there, but check with your local beekeeping club, folks, and see what's going on. Yes, I did lose bees, but I am not giving up. I am starting all over as a new beekeeper. And on upcoming videos, I am going to make sure that I guide you on my day-to-day beginnings, let's say week to week. So each week I will post on what I will be doing as a new beekeeper because I'm going to be starting all over again. I might add some things that you're going to be like, oh, that's not a new beekeeper thing. But I'm also going to say, hey, I'm still a new beekeeper. I'm starting all over again. And I want to share with you so that even if your hives do die, and like I said, I did lose some hives, but I still have some hives that are alive. So it's going to be all over again. This is 2025. It's a new year. Those bees that made it through the winter, their thumbs up. The bees that didn't, I tried my best. I followed all the whatever I could in research. The only thing I did was just not, advocate using, miticides because again, I'm doing what they call, I guess, the Darwinian approach, according to Tom Seeley. But this is a practice I've been doing for over my time period here in Vermont. And that is just trying to find genetics that do well in our environment. So again, I'm just sharing with you. This is day first week and starting all over again. So I'm going through and I'm trying to find some replacement bees. I'm not getting packages, but I am going to get some nukes just because I'm in Vermont and I want to pick up that pace. But I'm going to offer all of you new beekeepers, I'm going to share with you my experience, my ups, my downs, and also my continued learning because I want all of us to be successful. And the next upcoming show, not the link I'm going to share with you, because the link that I will be sharing with you is going to be a show about what I did in my quick feed for those bees that will be doing, I hope, strong for another month. And in April, then you'll see me do some more different things to keep them going. But again, this is Farmer James, Martinside Beekeeping. I'm here to say, starting all over again. My bees died, but I'm not giving up. I love the ladies. I love the honeybees. I love honeybee keeping. I am very sad that I lost my honeybees. I said my prayer. I did mourn. But I'm got a smile on my face because I'm not giving up on my honeybees. I'm not giving up on you folks. I'm not giving up because I am here to keep it going for the salvation of the honeybees. So yes, leave your comments. Let me know how I can help you because like I said, if I didn't say it in other videos, I'm going to continue to say it from now. Each week I'm going to upload a video that will help all new beekeepers because I'm starting all over again. I lost bees, but I still have bees. That's how it goes. It's not a smile every day. Some days are very sad. But thank you. I appreciate your time. Leave your comments down below. Farmer James. Have a good day, folks.